Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Just like I said, just another crazy start to the day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Yep.
God. So how has your weekend been?
Good. Just busy with work. Work, work, work all the time.
N- No doubt, no doubt. Now, before we even get into anything, how did you hook up with Junior St.Jox?
He was at with Richard Mann, and it was their spooktacular event that he and Mr. Mysterious put on. And
Mm,
so Julian was there. I guess he wasn't going to do any shoots. He was just there to kind of network, and
mm.
we started chatting, and we're like, let's go.
so how so how was it working with so people can understand Junior St. Jocks is a legend. I mean, this guy
Yeah.
was a porn king with Shawn Michaels when I was in
Yep.
high school. This is one of the guys I
Yeah.
used to look at. So how was it working with him? Tell me about it.
Oh, it was awesome. He's quite like I feel like his vibe is very like debonair, very suave. And so it was nice. It was professional. He knew okay, we're gonna do this, this, and this, and I just followed the lead. I like being told what to do, so it was
Mm.
pretty nice.
I
Hmm.
it I mean, the more and more I talk to you and I get to know you, right?
Hmm.
The more I see that you have future legend written all over yourself because not a lot of people can sit here and say that they work with Richard Mann and Julian St. Cox, especially Julian St. Cox because he doesn't shoot that much. Actually, he damn near semi-retired.
Yeah, well, I guess he's coming out of retirement, and so this was kind of like the maiden voyage weekend for
Oh
him.
my! so
I was the
so
maiden.
apparently, so you broke him back out of he saw you and probably was like, I got to come out of retirement for this. Oh my God, she's just
I,
gorgeous. So what kind of scene was
well,
it
I
that
don't
y'all
want to
did?
put words. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but
But but
the
but
vibe
that's what
was
he
right.
did. That what
Yeah,
he
so
did because I mean it's certain talents that you'll see and you might just might walk into something and say I'm not doing the shoot today, and then you see this person, this female, and y'all vibe, you like something. Fuck, I come out of retirement for her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't blame him because I will come out of retirement for you. I ain't even gonna lie. Shit, it would be a hard for me to say no, but so what kind of scene did y'all do?
it was just like coming home from a night out scene.
Mm.
It was boy
Oh,
girl typical. Yeah, just
mm. With a little role
uh,
play behind it.
a little role play. Yeah, a little scene set up.
Mm. Okay, okay, okay.
I was mad because he was checking out some chick at the bar. You need to fuck me so that I know that I'm the only girl you think about, kind of thing.
I like that. I like that.
I don't know.
So,
I had guys for scenes are like, oh, be this angry girl who serve whatever is. I
mhm.
don't know if I have that look to me, but
Yeah, you can probably play the hot, sexy, pissed off girlfriend very well, and and
yeah, I did that
I
with
guess
Will Kyle.
yeah, I saw you work with him too. I was like, man, you hitting all the legends. You ain't even got to the new heads hardly yet. You hitting you hitting the dudes that was the kings in the early 2000s and late 90s. I'm like, you got motherfuckers come out of retirement and after they went to the Hall of Fame. I'm like, damn, what kind of pussy you got, girl? Shit.
Hey, yeah, it's the golden pussy, so
Well, I'm scared of you.
don't don't be scared. She's nice. Yeah, with
Lord have,
Tile, I was running
mm,
around with a knife looking for a a bitch hiding up in his house.
oh my God. See, it proves my point. Crazy is sexy. I'm sorry. We turned on by craziness. We turned on. Men
Oh,
get turned. We love crazy women for some fair reason. It's a turn on. Maybe because the sex is good. Maybe because she's not boring. But we just love crazy because I've done scenes where like some of the scenes I have done was like the girl's best friend cheats with me.
oh,
Um, like with automatically, I would have had you play like my boss or something like that, where I'm the personal
oh
assistant
yeah.
and I'm fucking up and I got to fuck you to keep my job type shit. Because it's funny that you're submissive, but it seems that a lot of people want you to play a dominant figure in a lot of your scenes.
I know.
That's always the case
It's
with
so
submissives. But
weird.
go ahead.
I think it might be like the cheekbones or something like that. It makes me look
Mm-hmm.
like my kids say that I look like Disney villains. So,
Mm-hmm. Oh Lord. Well, shoot, but also too, you also present the oil of a boss because you're a boss in your personal life. So
correct.
it's kind of even though you might be a submissive, it might be the order that you give off is that I'm a boss lady. Period. And I
Right.
think, and to me, I think you probably knock them scenes um, out the park. That's why they probably actually do them a lot.
Well, we'll see. We've yet to really download, put everything out there. We're still in like the editing stuff, so we'll see how they get the responses.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm jealous that I'm retired because I was like, shit, I would love to test my skills with you because to see could I hold up to a Richard Mann or a Julian St.Jox, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Period. But hell yeah. So look, let me do these particulars and we can get this thing on the road, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Smokers Lounge here on Anchor, the perfect app for anyone trying to start their own podcast. All you have to do is download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm, set up a profile, and start podcasting today. And do all this for free and monetize it. I'm your host, Calvin Officer of a Chap, aka the Porn Rap Star. Y'all know what it is. Find my porn links, music links, and social media links, all with one link. I'm talking about all my links.com/porn rap star. We are sponsored by the Facebook and LS community, lsworld.com. Go there today and get yourself a profile and continue or start your life and journey in the kink arena. And we are the proud member of the GW District Black Podcasting Network. Multiple podcasts giving you the Black experience. Plus, while you're there, get some shopping done, as you can buy products from over 500 Black retailers. So go to shopgwdistrict.com, buy Black, support Black businesses, build a Black economy, and create generational wealth. And as of today's recording, it is Monday Night Smoke. That's right, every Monday night on K97FM, the radio station, the official radio station for the porn industry. I'll be doing an interview with lovely ladies like this lady here, as well as gents and producers and directors, people that are involved in the adult industry, and we talk about the business of porn. 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Mountain Time, and all that you can figure out on your own on K97FM. Now I'm going to be quiet and let this sexy lady who's returning introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Eliza Rae. And yeah, hi.
Hey, and her interview will be dropping. So things have been shuffled and changed. I'm no longer on Patreon,
Hmm.
which I'll do an episode to explain all that for my listeners. And everything will be moved to the premium section of the Smokers Lounge. So this is a Smoke Buddy episode. So y'all will get to hear her in the premium section the next time y'all hear her after this. Um, she is a boss lady. So part of this show today is we discussing being a boss on both sides of the fence. Because when you're a boss, there's a lot of things that you have to take into account, you have to deal with that the average don't have to deal with. And with
Hmm.
you or not just any type boss. You a boss that brings style to the world. You're a stylist.
Right. Yep.
So how long
Yep.
have you been a hairstylist?
18 years. So old lady over here.
Oh my goodness. So what okay then what got you into being a hairstylist?
I've I guess I've just always done it. My mom used to do our hair in the kitchen, you know, the perms and in the 80s, and we'd like put our
Yeah.
head over the sink, and I didn't realize it was a job. I just thought your mom did your hair. And
Mm,
so in junior high, I think no, it was like in sixth grade, I was in a play called South Pacific, and I was like this. I played a Polynesian girl, and I
mhm,
grew up blonde. I was like bright blonde, and they're like,
mhm,
"Oh, we have to color your hair." So they sent me to a salon to color my hair black,
mhm.
and that was my first experience in a salon. I was like, "Wait, this is awesome!" And so in junior high, I was cutting my family's hair and just doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't even know why people trusted me with their hair. So I've always just done it. It even actually started back with Barbie. Like I would take all of my sister's Barbie dolls and give them all bobs. I cut all of
Mhm.
their hair. Just my sister's dolls though. So I've always loved it. And yeah, it just seemed like the right path. And it's good because it's you know, you can customize it to whatever season in life you are. You don't it
Mhm,
it's a very non-traditional schedule. You can, you know, being a single parent, I could change it up for
mhm.
whatever the schedule was. So it's been good to me. Been a good career.
No doubt. And which you turned into owning your own salon, um, began, you know what I'm saying? And what steps did people take in order to do that?
Oh man. Well, I was super like I don't know why I have this sense of like boldness, I guess, when I start
You
something.
have balls.
Um,
You have balls the size of grapefruits.
I don't even know why I thought so. I had taken some time off. I was married and didn't really work. I was still just doing some friends' hair on the side or whatever.
Hmm.
But when I left that marriage, I went into like a traditional job and I was like, this sucks. I'm just gonna open up my own salon. I have like 5 friends that I do their hair. They're gonna help me pay the rent of this salon suite and
Yeah.
my rent. And I just went for it. And
Hmm.
it was a struggle. I mean, the first 2 years were really they were hit or miss. That was
Hmm.
pretty intense, but I just I had no other choice but to be
Hmm.
successful at it. So I just put everything into it, all my eggs in the basket.
Mm. Okay.
And it was
Okay.
helpful because I had somebody who was also in the salon suites with me, and she
Hmm.
really took an interest into helping me
Hmm.
and just giving me good advice. And she really invested her time into me without wanting anything in return. So and then we ended up being we shared a salon suite, and we're still um, you know, business partners in a way.
Hmm.
So she opened up her own salon, and now I just rent a booth from her. So my
Okay.
career has kind of morphed as the is called for.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
So, which is cool because one of the things that you bring to the table, especially when you do shoots, that you're able to do your own hair, you can change style, be the styles. You can even help other models, you
Yep.
know, period, and even give hair tips, you know. And have you ever had models on set ask you for hair?
I haven't really. So I did do hair and makeup for Black Ambush before I
Hmm.
started doing it myself. And
Yeah.
so it wasn't like I was a talent there. I was just there
Mm-hmm.
as the MUA. But No, I think everybody was just kind of like, yeah, whatever, just do to me what you want, you know, whatever the director wants. And but I haven't really been on set with anybody
Mhm.
else. I would say maybe I've gotten um people to ask for advice when I've been to, and I've done hair and
Mhm.
makeup there too. So
Oh, okay.
kind of just like, yeah, I haven't really been on set with another girl though.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that show you how bad of a chick she is. When she go on set, she's the only woman. It might be five men there, but they don't want nobody else in the set but her. That
Well, shit, I haven't been on a set with 5 men yet, but you know,
yeah. But
soon.
like I said, I mean, because you being a business owner, it allows you when you step into the porn game, you stepped into the porn game with a different mentality than the average girl that stepped into the porn
Right.
game.
Well,
Because you had a business background because you ran your own business, which in turn made it kind of an easy transition, don't you think, when you came into porn?
for sure. So, like for the salon world, I built everything based on social media.
Mm-hmm.
I did live broadcasts. I really like just went hardcore on all the social stuff, and that's how I got my clientele. That's how I got my reputation. That's how. So that's been 5 years that I've done it on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And so, kind of going into porn, I knew that I wanted to have, I didn't want to go in just kind of willy nilly. I wanted to set up a good foundation first. I wanted to have a good set of content first and like
Mm-hmm.
my whole social media stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I love graphic art and I love editing and, you know, just really kind of putting a unique look or twist to stuff, like not just a
Mm-hmm.
straight out like ass shot. Like, how can I make it like interesting and catch somebody's eye? So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, kind of
Yeah,
the
because
same thing. It's definitely,
your editing is very good. Um,
thank you.
for what I've seen, because we had talked about that and everything, and you have a very good eye for editing, for transitions and stuff like that. Did you have anyone give you pointers, or did you something that you kind of do by trial and error?
Um, no, I would say that people's advice to me in the porn world has been kind of like how I should approach certain things or how I should, like on Twitter, you know, I had no idea Twitter was such a huge thing. And I didn't
Mm-hmm.
realize that that's really where you're making your connections. That's really where you're um, building your platform in many ways for the porn industry. That's just not where it was at. So I did have a little bit of a learning curve there. So I guess people's advice was more like that. And then I just started following a bunch of people and seeing what they were doing and being like, oh, I like that, but I would do it this way. Or,
Mm-hmm.
um, you know, I do my research in the morning. I watch porn in the morning to
Mm-hmm.
kind of just like see like who's the big names, like what's their vibe, and then trying to figure out
Mm-hmm.
like what would be my thing. Like I still don't have like that backstory for the Eliza persona yet. Yet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you still configuring your brand per se.
Yes, yes, exactly. I do
Mm-hmm.
need to really, you know, settle on something. And I feel like it's kind of more going to be around this, you know, Eliza Rae lived such a boring vanilla life and like a sexless, loveless marriage. And now she's like on the hunt to get as much dick as possible or something like that. Like that's probably going to
Actually,
be the vibe.
actually, that would be a hot vibe. Actually, that could be an actual series. Because I
Yeah.
think what's missing in the game is because they don't make feature length movies anymore, but storytelling is not there anymore.
Yeah.
And like with me, I used to have series like Bringing Sweetness to Big Country, where I was a boss and all my employees wanted to fuck me. I did a
Uh-huh.
series. of scenes called, Life is the Porn Rap Star, where I took, situations that happened when I did music that ended up where I getting pussy, and I brought it to, to the screen or what have you. So you can actually make a series off of that with some of the male talents that you work with,
Yeah.
period. Shit, I can even see you start a scene where like it's day after you divorce and you fuck your husband's best friend type situation. That's your best friend. You know what I'm saying?
That actually happened in real life, so it's cool.
Oh my God. Yo, dude, tell. Oh, you just ain't gonna skate past that and not tell us about that. You ain't gonna tell the fans
No,
how that
friend.
happened.
Well, not best friend, but a friend. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
once you get divorced, like the friends come out of the woodwork and are like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Well,
Yeah.
hey, how's it going?"
And this was one that you kind of wanted to hit anyway, so it felt right just perfectly, huh?
Yeah, it was like, I don't know, it was like uh my move of freedom or independence. It was like, my statement of, okay, I'm done with this
Mm-hmm.
and moving on. But yeah, so I definitely think that's a cool idea for like doing it as a series of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. I've gotten a lot of advice from people, like even Will Tile was like, he's like, we're not really doing a lot of like the people who are producing actual storylines and stuff like that. And like the newer production stuff, they're not really doing like stripper shoes. They want you in
No,
like real shoes. So
barefooted.
I
They
was
want
in
you to be
tennis shoes.
barefooted, and yeah, it.
No, like he had me in tennis shoes, and I was like, wow, this is
Mm-hmm.
odd. Like it's just, so there's a lot of things that I'm learning within like
Mm-hmm.
outside of, I haven't actually done a professional shoot. I would say that the one with Will Tile.
Mm-hmm. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Welcome back.
Sorry about that. I'm in a hotel, so it's like,
Yeah,
I think it just didn't.
yeah.
Sorry about that.
Good now. That's all good. But you were saying about Will Tile?
Yeah, I was saying how he was just like, it's no longer stripper shoes, which was very
Mm-hmm.
different than what I was thinking coming in. It's like more of,
Mm-hmm.
if you're a librarian, you're gonna wear pumps. If you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna, like the tennis shoes thing, so I could run around the house looking for the
Mm-hmm.
bitch that he's cheating on me with.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when it comes to like certain scenes, of course you're gonna have a wear tennis shoes, but to me, the standard is heels. That's just me
Yeah.
because heels look better in the scene. The
Mm-hmm.
visual of the girl wearing heels while being fucked, you can't beat that visual.
Mm-hmm.
Period. It's especially when she's riding the dick doggy style and the whole nine. And I'm sorry, a sexy pair of legs and heels is a beautiful thing. That's just me. So,
Yep.
but but
Yep.
I think that once again, I think people missing the boat. It's not reality that people want. They want a fantasy that's reality based, but they still want the fantasy. You
Well,
know.
yeah. Yeah. I I definitely think you have to have like the baseline story be something
Mhm.
that they could actually happen in their life, and
Yeah,
then just take it to like a naughty level.
yeah. Because it like someone said to me a long time ago, take something and it turn it into a sex scene. It could be as simple
Right.
as like with you, like you being a hairstylist. I would actually do a scene play off of that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you come in to my music video to do the model's hair, and I'm like, nah, you need to be in the music video. This, and then it turns into a whole scene of fucking and this, that, and the third. I even used to do the
Mm-hmm.
massage thing. I always was in masseuse
Mm-hmm.
because I don't trust everybody know I do a massage, so I always been the masseuse in my scenes. But
I
um,
did a massage scene with True Love Hefner.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you were the masseuse, or he was massaging you?
I was the masseuse at Filthy Hands Massage.
Ooh. So how many scenes have you done so far?
I need to I have so many shoots to edit. I just did
Mm.
a shoot with AJ Fresh, and I'm like an angel trying to get into heaven, but I'm like a ditzy
Yeah, I
angel.
saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
I'm like,
Uh, no, go ahead, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
oh, oh no, I was just like rehearsing when I can't find like Heaven's Gate, and I just really want to get in.
Yeah, because actually that what made me sing you the song "Bounce on the D" because I was like a lot of the video, a lot of the pictures you show you fucking riding the dick. So
Yeah.
I take it that you must be a expertise when it comes to riding the dick apparently.
Um, I don't know. You'll have to ask my co-stars if I'm an expert
well,
at
well,
it.
you must be because all the you with the Steelers, you riding it, especially reverse cowgirl.
Well, because I got a fat ass that's big and it looks good from behind.
Oh
So,
yes, it does. I must admit it looks very good from behind.
well,
Yeah.
thank
So
you.
yeah, because I think the two things that a girl must be able to master other than is dick sucking and riding a
Hmm.
dick, especially if you got a
Yep.
fat ass, because guys want to see you bounce and twerk and move that ass on the dick or what have you.
Yeah.
And tell me your riding style.
My writing style,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like a multiple personality writing style,
Mm.
because I'll do
Okay.
like the grinding thing, and um I'll do the, I guess it's called twerking. I didn't think I could
Mm-hmm.
twerk, but if I were to look at some of the videos, it kind of looks like I'm twerking on the dick.
Oh, you are. You might can't twerk the dance, but you can twerk on the dick for sure.
Yeah, you just gotta, it's the leaning forward a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Having that support from their body.
And
But
then too,
yeah. Hmm?
I like the fact that you do reverse cowgirl because a lot of girls try to avoid to do reverse cowgirl, and
It's
it takes
not
certain
great.
skills to pull that off. It takes some skills to pull that off, especially the way that we want it done because we want the lean back, not the lean forward version.
I
You get what I'm saying?
know. I've definitely got to get in the gym more and build up my strength a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I used to do yoga a lot, but my yoga studio closed down and I just haven't done it. And I think I could probably lean back and support myself a little bit better
Mm-hmm.
after training for that.
Oh, oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I can tell you probably flexible as fuck, so that's no surprise there.
It's my favorite thing to do.
With a ride a dick,
No, all the things.
all the things. Ooh,
Yeah,
let's see.
all the
Well,
sex
maybe I
stuff.
take a trip to Phoenix, but we take a trip to Arizona. But anyway, so, but what's the one thing that you brought from the world of hairstyling that you brought to the porn business that's helped you?
Um, I think it's just the marketing aspect. I think really what I see in every type of um, career path, like these things where you're really it's heavily saturated. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to create a vibe or put out the energy that people are going to be like, oh, I'm interested in that person. So it's how you sell yourself more or less.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned that um, people don't always, I mean, they care about my skill in hair, but they don't always do that. It's just how I make them feel, how I come across. Even
Mm-hmm.
like when I post on my vanilla hair page, you know, if I just
Mm-hmm.
post a selfie on there, people are like, oh, I need to go get a hair appointment. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's kind of the same thing. It's just you have to keep, you have to be intentional with your posts.
Mm-hmm.
And I always want to have a certain vibe with it. I don't want it
Mm-hmm.
to just be, you know, great in one post and then just subpar in
Mm-hmm.
another one.
Mm-hmm.
And just how I sell my vibe. People, I want people to feel my energy over what I post. And
Yeah, I
then
feel
they'll
the
be drawn
same.
to buying and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, because people don't realize personality comes across in your videos, come across in your pictures, and it does
Yeah.
make a huge difference when it comes to sales. You
Yeah.
know, period. As well as, like I said before, with your pictures, you don't give people the normal selfie. You give professional. You make sure to post your professional looking stuff
Yeah.
online on your social media. Do you think that makes you stand out more versus whatever people is posting?
I hope so. Or at least, you know, puts me in the category with some of the people who are getting a lot of traffic out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean,
because I'm.
I'm coming into this late in the game. I'm 42. So, you know, there's something that I think is intriguing about that. And that's probably why people respond to it too, because I'm not like a young girl.
Yeah.
And I'm really choosing it. I'm not like, hey, I need quick money kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I'm really about it, like being on camera, like doing all that stuff, being that exhibitionist. So
Mm-hmm.
I have to be able to, you know, keep pace with these young things and but
Mm-hmm.
also still like maintain the authenticity of like who I am, what stage,
Mm-hmm.
all that. But yeah. So
It seems like to me the women that come into the business in their late 30s, early 40s have more success than the girls that are younger. I've noticed that.
oh
And
really?
yeah, because it's like one, the young girls are more worried about, how can I put this? The young girls are more worried about things that y'all not worried about. A lot of young girls come into business shamed, something that y'all don't. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because by the time you hit your 40s, you can give two shits about what people think. You get what I'm
Yep.
saying? You
Mm-hmm.
know, and I think a woman coming in her 40s and late 30s, I think it it helps her with the business, the stresses of the business, as well as dealing with the scrutiny of the business versus if a young girl who is still worried about what people think of her.
Yeah, that's probably very true. I also feel like I know myself a little bit more, so I know where my boundaries are, and I'm not going to
Mm-hmm.
be as fooled, I think, or, you know, talked into something that I'm uncomfortable with or whatever.
Yeah. Because I noticed that like the girls that end up leaving the game when they're young, they the ones that's bitter. You don't never hear females that leave the game. They started in 40s, they done about in 50, bitter about the game. They actually kind of miss it to come back or they never leave. You know,
Yeah.
period. Because and to me, I'm like, you know, I hate when people sit here and be like they're bitter because and here's the sad part, the ones that be bitter, they actually were successful in the game.
Yeah. Well, I think it's really how you come into it. You know, if you're just young and you kind of stumble upon it and you're still figuring out who you are as a person, right? You haven't
Mm-hmm.
had as much life experience. So I think you get talked into doing a lot of things or and I don't mean that like it's nefarious on the production side where
Mm-hmm.
I mean it could be, but I think it's just like, you know, if you don't know who you are, you say yes to a lot of things or you get
Mm-hmm.
yourself in situations that later on you really was uncomfortable with that. And I certainly have had that in my life
Mm-hmm.
outside of this, before this. So
Mm-hmm.
at my age coming into it now, I just know who I am and I'm comfortable with it. And I'll, you know, it's just
Yeah.
more freedom in that.
Yeah, because it's like to me, older women they work better. They're a little bit more professional on set.
Oh, really?
Um, yeah, actually, yeah, because I work with a lot of MILFs, and MILFs
Uh-huh.
has been the shit since the early '90s. Let's keep
Mm-hmm.
thanks to Sex in the City, it made it hot.
Yep.
And and plus, I always said this: grandma ain't grandma like it used to be. Because some of y'all women in their 50s be killing the girls in their 20s. Because when you say and told me you 42, I'm shocked. I thought you were gonna say 35 myself. You know what I'm saying, or at least early 30s.
Yeah.
Um, because you don't really look in your 40s.
Yeah.
Really. So I guess it's them
Botox.
pretty ass cheek. I guess it's them pretty cheekbones. It's them pretty cheekbones. Them good genes.
Yes, I definitely have the cheekbone genes, but I also like really do, and that might be the benefit of being in the beauty industry is
Mm-hmm.
I have access to a lot of that stuff, or at least I understand the importance of all of that maintenance. So,
Mm-hmm.
I got to make sure my skin looks, is nice and soft and, comes across as very shiny and
Mm-hmm.
supple and all that. Or, I do the Botox, I do filler, I do,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to look natural. So I found,
Mm-hmm.
the person who enhances all of that stuff. I do,
Mm-hmm.
the chemical peels on my face and all of that. So I just
Mm-hmm.
try to make sure that like my money maker
Mm-hmm.
is on point. Like even my nails, I always have my nails done. I always have,
Mm-hmm.
and that's because my hands are in people's faces doing their hair, and I want to
Mm-hmm.
just, even though like they probably don't notice it, but it just kind of gives me that element of I'm put together. I know what I'm talking about. Trust me with your hair, trust me with your
Mm-hmm.
visual appearance, and because I care about mine. So I think it shows, it
Yeah.
crosses over to porn too.
Yeah. Because like I said, because like I said, like with me, my feed when I scroll down, professional looking shots make me stop and look versus just the girls doing the normal point your toes, put the dildo on your coochie pictures, the twerk pictures, the
Yeah.
ass pictures. Because a
Yep.
lot of females don't realize is that even though you're a porn star, you're also a model also. And you
Yeah.
need professional looking pics to one, give the aura that you're a professional, that you're a porn star, and two, to make you stand out because since everything is so amateurish, a pro
Mm-hmm.
looking something professional makes you stop and look because we've been drowned out with amateur shit for so much that it's nice to see something that's professionally done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I also think that like peppering in a little, of the amateur stuff to just show, hey, I'm a real person. It's not all glitz and glamour is
Mm-hmm.
good. But if that's like your main feed, it might um it yeah, you want to pepper in a bunch of stuff. You want to keep it exciting. You want to show like every type of vibe without losing your authenticity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think it's not just to stay necessarily on brand, but also the other thing it's missing is wanting to be a sex symbol. I
Right.
get the feeling that a lot of girls rather be the thought next door than the sex symbol. With you, I guess because you come from the same generation as me, we was taught you
Mhm.
want to strive to be a sex symbol. You want to strive to be because we came from the Playboy era,
Mhm.
and that's what
Yeah.
girls strive to be. So it seemed like to me, you keep that same energy with your stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think you being from my same era and what we was taught play a lot into that?
I mean, possibly. I guess I think I can't speak for the younger girls. I think there's something to be said about the whole POV stuff, the whole amateur look stuff, because it's definitely, out there selling stuff. So I think there is a place for it all.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that since content creating and people taking control over their own content out there instead of it just
Mm-hmm.
being like the production team is the only person who has all of that. It's bringing all the people like Julian out of the woodwork, and they're like,
Yeah.
hey, I made a name for myself, but I want to have control over my content and stuff like that now. And so um, I think that you're probably going to see a lot more of that, like
Mm-hmm.
return back to that 90s, early 2000s vibe
Yeah.
of sex appeal and all of that,
Mm-hmm.
because all these people are coming out and they're like, hey, this is how I made my name back in the day. Let me put a little tiny twist on it and make it modern.
Yeah. Because the thing of it is that even with me to this day, like even the shoots that I would have done, we will
Mm-hmm.
always do a photo shoot. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Professional looking photo shoot. We'll do professional looking stills. Of course, you know what the scene's gonna look like. Because to me, if you want people to take you serious, if you want the good money, the long-term money, you have to show that you are a sex symbol. You have to show
Yes.
that professionalism.
Yes.
Because I talked to a lady that was in the business 14 years. She said it herself. She said she don't give a damn how much they use a cell phone. She will always use a camera because that's what the fans want to see. They want to see that professional looking shit, even though it might not been shot by a professional company.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of time with the amateur, you're getting terrible quality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's not about because amateur back in my day was you just didn't shoot for the major companies. You shot for yourself or you shot
Yeah.
for the small companies. That what amateur was. But we still shot as if we was going to Hollywood versus now that's not the case. And there has been a correlation of the price of porn went down because of it.
Mm.
The type
Mm-hmm.
fans that it attracts are not the porn fans. So people understand what I mean by porn fans. Porn fans, they come for the porn. They come to buy
Mm-hmm.
porn. I know you didn't have this before. I know you didn't have somebody buy your content, even though you might have discounted it that week. They bought it
Mm-hmm.
full price. The
Right.
reason why, because they felt that the content was worth more than the free or that three that girls were charging. You get what I'm saying? And that's why I
Yeah.
tell girls to strive to gain porn fans, not just cheap dudes. Because when you're doing
Exactly.
OnlyFans, the question that you got to ask yourself is the guy coming because I'm giving good quality content, or he's coming because I'm offering $3?
Well,
And
and
if you
for me,
go
I
ahead,
hope that they're coming to my OnlyFans because I'm not really giving them everything on
mm-hmm,
free platforms. I'm just giving
mm-hmm,
them teasers, and so they're going to come because they want to see like the full length and they feel that it's worth
yeah,
the full length price.
yeah, because it is. Because it, like I told everybody, I said the people that's doing it at a high level is going to stand out more now than they did 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Because it's more amateur shit than it ever was before 10 years ago. And it's
Yeah.
dry and it's overtaking the professional shit. I always said this. The amateurs are dictating how we shoot porn now. When
Yeah.
Hollywood was dictating how we shoot, period. Because I can sit here and say out of 10 girls, one girl is actually shooting on a high level. The rest of them are shooting in with their cell phone, shooting with a webcam, and only doing solo. Their
Mm-hmm.
room ain't clean. They may have on a bonnet. They ain't got no cute outfit. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the game became so saturated that it made that anybody can come in and everyone's not going to come in with a business mentality.
Yeah.
It's a side hustle. If you treat it as a side hustle, that's the kind of money you're going to make.
Yeah, it's true. There is a place for, the bonnet sex, and there is a place for, the whole just watch me clean my house without any clothes on,
Mm.
whatever.
They
And
ain't clean
there'll
the house.
always
They up there deal. They up there playing with a dildo with a dirty ass house in the background. They ain't cleaning shit. They ain't with the scene.
Oh, that's
Shit.
funny. But that's just how it is in like, you're wanting me to relate to the salon world. I'm always trying to create that background, that backdrop for whatever I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
If it's
Mm-hmm.
in the photo booth where I'm doing it before and after, or if I'm doing a picture that shows them right in the doorway of the salon so you can see everybody working in the background and you've got the
Mm-hmm.
natural lighting. That I do everything very intentionally. I don't do anything willy-nilly. And so that it seems like that's what you're saying. People are like, I'll pull out and that's that.
Yeah. There's no thought behind
I, like she's so far out of reach that I want to like buy that stuff so I can feel like she's touchable.
it. And that's why you make the money, baby. You just said it.
Well, not yet, but
Because I mean, but seriously, you're gonna people don't realize the marathon not a sprint. It's
yeah,
about the long
exactly.
term. It's not about what you're doing in 2021. It's about what you're doing in 2025.
Yep.
And to me, this is for a person that been the business 20 years. It's a reason why Julian St.Jox came out of retirement to fuck you on camera, babe.
Yeah.
Because he saw what you was doing and you fell in line with his brand and what he's accustomed to.
Right.
You feel what I'm
Right,
saying?
exactly.
So,
Oh yeah, he had on this like dapper suit and well, like jacket, and it was like snake skin kind of print, and that was what he was wearing to our scene. A lot of
mm-hmm,
times, like the girls go overboard, or they're all looking that this and that, and the guys just come in with like they have very little prep going into it.
mm-hmm,
So it was nice to have that like elevated,
yeah.
matched costume or outfit.
Mm-hmm. And that's how I was. It was like if the scene called for me to wear a suit, I wore a suit. The scene called for me to wear some hip hop, I wore hip hop.
Hmm.
I even had construction worker material, I had a hard hat and and one of the fluorescent jackets, and I did the scene
Hmm.
as a construction worker. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
it's that's where I came up, where the male porn stars was actual actors. They actually
Yeah.
did a role. They actually told a story, and like I said, that when porn was at its best. Porn
Yep.
now is not at its best. I don't give a fuck what anybody say. I don't give a damn as the content creator era because you giving me crappy porn for majority of it. Period. I mean, no, seriously. Because see, like for example, it, girls like when we look at the girls that was on the OnlyFans that was making that buku money, right?
Uh-huh.
The girls actually had professional looking pics.
Hmm.
Their videos look professional. Now they might not have been doing shit in them videos, but it was shot 4K. They
Hmm.
had professional looking pics. Because I remember watching a model that was interviewing, and I went and took a look at her IG. All her shit looked professional,
Yep.
even down to the damn selfies. You feel
Yep.
me? But when girls see them girls, they think, oh, all they did was just bust it open and they got paid. No, boo. It's the look that they brought.
Yep.
I'm going to say this a long time ago. People buy into the package
Yep.
emotionally. They don't buy into the person. It's the package that they buy into.
Yep.
Why do we love Beyonce? If Beyonce didn't have the full package, she wouldn't have a beehive.
Right.
She's gorgeous, she can sing, and she's fashionable.
Yep.
That's a
Yeah,
full
and
package.
she knows her worth. So if you don't settle for anything less than what you believe you're worth, and so if you know yourself, you know your worth because you know what you bring to the table and you don't accept anything below that, then it just
Yeah.
becomes like, people match the level that you want them to meet you at.
Mm-hmm.
They match your energy. They'll if
Mm-hmm.
you don't settle, and that's definitely a Beyonce vibe.
Yeah.
I get inspired by like Christy Mack. Like I love her. I don't think she
Ooh.
does anything anymore, but I just love her Instagram because like it's
Mm-hmm.
peppered with like the tea, like her
Mm-hmm.
whole look and all of that. She'll put in some of her own little selfies that aren't like the 4K or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, but everything is very intentional.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because people got to realize when you're a business person, a business owner, you have to be methodical with your movements. You know, like with me, I liken you to Lisa Ann, who is the other godmother other than Sarah J for interracial porn. You remind me a lot of her, you know, period. And I can see you heading in that direction, you know, period. She the one that fucked the porn guy that pretended to be Obama. And she also played, I think, Sarah Palin. Nelly Sarah Palin. But the point being is that, you know, it, like I said, with you, I see sex symbol. You exude sex symbol. You feel me? From the outfits that you wear and stuff like that. And to me, that what makes you stand out and will give you longevity. Because a lot of time, girls don't realize that your first impression is your lasting impression. And the way that they saw you, that's how they expect to see you. If I saw you with Willie Teal and the shit look professional, you're killing my fantasy when I go to your shit and all I'm seeing is amateur.
Right. Yep.
You know, period. Because that's what they saw you as. That's how you was introduced. And I think a lot of girls don't take that into account. And even if you got a bunch of amateur stuff when you start out, they are expecting you to upgrade and eventually evolve to more professional.
Right.
You know, period. But a lot of girls don't take that into account. They don't understand that. So by the year, because I know you done heard this, that it posts girls last 3 years in the business. The reason why, because year 3, they done fucked up so much and the money done went down that now they don't know what to necessarily do. A lot of them, they've been doing fetish for them first 3 years and solos. But the solos ain't selling anymore. The fetish ain't selling anymore. Now they stuck at, do I do boy girl or do I quit? You know, period. Yep. So it's kind of like, and a lot of girls don't want to pay the piper and do boy girl. And I can tell you some of the dumbest reasons that I done heard why they don't want to do it.
What is the
I'm worried about my daughter. I'm worried about my daughter who have not been born yet. I ain't even been pregnant, let alone had an abortion in my life. Finding out I did porn. I'm worried about my mama and daddy, but you won't worry about your mama and daddy for the 3 years your ass is busting open on OnlyFans. And then, funniest one, which I want you to speak to. I don't want to fuck all them dicks in order for me to make it in porn. I don't want to suck a lot of dick. I want to choose who I want to fuck. And I can't. I'm sitting there like,
you do get to choose, but
go ahead, speak on it.
You get to say yes or no.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely learning a lot. I know that there's I had a friend tell me to watch a few documentaries about the porn industry on Netflix. I can't remember the names, but just, you know, how people get burnt out or they get used up. And so I watched those before even hopping in on this, because I just wanted to have all the information. I want to have longevity. I don't want to be endangering myself either. And I also just want to make sure I have, you know, ownership of my content or ownership of something. Like if I'm putting all this effort into building a sex symbol, I want to be making the money off of it, like as well as any production team that I'm working with.
Yeah, because well, I was about to say, because I think that, damn, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I was right there. I lost my train of thought. No, because I think what it is that with the porn business itself, one, a lot of those documentaries need to be updated.
True.
Because they're based off of a world that no longer exist. Those documentaries are based off of girls getting into mainstream Hollywood porn, shooting for Vivid, Wicked. Those days are done. They need to make documentaries discussing the content creator era. Because, for example, you would like to shoot with major companies, but you're not heavily pursuing it compared to if you came in 10 or 20 years ago. 10, 20
Right.
years ago, you'll be trying to break your neck, go to Hollywood.
Right.
And believe it or not, girls didn't give a fuck about having a site back then. Actually, you sit there and tell a girl, well, you might want to put out your own content. No, I'm good. I'd rather just get paid. I don't do content trade. No, I don't
Like,
want to do that.
yeah.
Yeah. Funny how it
Well,
changed.
yeah, it's true. Well, and I think for me, I think it's good to like that's why I'm working so hard at building like this foundation of content.
Mm-hmm.
So that when I do shoot with somebody, hopefully like a production team, like, that'll get me out there a little bit more. And I won't
Mm-hmm.
have ownership of it, but I'll have so much on my site that um, I'll be making money off of that partnership still,
Mm-hmm.
not just the initial whatever.
Yeah. Because girls didn't even understand back then that the value of creating your own content and owning your own content. Their
Yep.
thought process was, let me just get paid. And then I'll
Yep.
never forget when I met Cherokee Diaz, who is a legend. And
Mm-hmm.
she said she wished if she had known then, this was like 2010 in Miami at the Exotica. She said if she had known then what she had known now, she would have been start her own site and not worried about shooting with the major companies.
Yep.
Because she said that's why she said she gave props to Pinky, because Pinky always filmed her own shit, even though she worked for the other companies, and she never stopped. And she
Yeah.
was like, yeah, because and that what girls back then didn't understand that girls know now. The only difference between the girls back then and now is that the girls back then cared about how they look on camera compared to now.
Yeah.
Versus, what I'm saying? Versus, like I said, like the difference is now girls want to be a content creator. They want to put out their own and own their own. But they care less about their appearance and the quality. While back in the day, girls didn't give two shits about trying to put out their own, but they cared more about the quality of the content that they were shooting with these people and their look. So it's crazy
Yeah.
how the trade off.
Yeah. It's just an ever evolving thing, and if you are not open to change or learning from somebody else, like if you just think you know everything, and
Mm-hmm.
um you have to be teachable, you have to be able to ebb and flow with the times.
Yeah, yeah, because it part of this business is adjustment. You have to adjust because this business changes in the blink of an eye and changes very
Yes.
quickly. And that was proof with the OnlyFans situation, and still proof because these sites are still changing their shit.
Mm-hmm.
Period. So it's kind of like that's why I said with you being a business owner walking in, it kind of gave you advantage what other girls didn't have. It gave you insight what other girls didn't have. Because how many girls could sit here and say they ran their own business, being running a salon, being a hairstylist, which that is a whole bunch of headache within itself. But it also the business. It's the same thing I said when it came to the music business. It prepared me for porn. Porn prepared me for podcasting and getting back
Yep.
into music. You know, so it's kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? So shoot. And how much do you shoot? Because it seems like you damn near shoot every weekend.
Well, I try to make the most of my days off. So I work at two salons in two cities.
Hmm.
And so I'll work 12 days in a row, and then I'll have 3 days off.
Hmm.
And I just kind of on a whim decided to go out to Vegas to do the spooktacular thing on those days
Hmm.
that I had off. And then
Oh.
I just put it out there, and then I got a couple other shoots with other people that were in the Vegas area. I just want to
Hmm.
make the most of my days off because, like I said, if I have enough of my own content built up, so then if I do get like a shoot with like a professional production company,
Hmm.
all this work that I've done this year will be worth
Hmm.
it.
Mm,
it's like in life they say you want to have 7 streams of income, right? And you want
mm,
to, this is my hustle for passive income. So
mm,
right now it's not really passive. I'm having to do a lot of this work, but
mm.
I won't, it'll pay off in the end because I'll be making money in my sleep off of it later.
Yeah, and I am a example of that because
Yep.
I'm retired and my shit is still selling. I don't have to make new content anymore
Mm-hmm.
because I have so much content and still have content that I have to drop. Just gotta get my hard drive fixed again because it went out on me
Oh,
again, which made me
yes.
so depressed. Oh my god.
That's
I, I
awful.
was I was so happy. I finally got my hard drive back, and that son bitch went back out. It started clicking when I
Oh
plugged it. I
no.
said, "Oh no, the click of death." So hopefully, ain't too much is lost if I can get it fixed, depending on how much they're gonna be. But yeah. So yeah, Mama, I swear it. I'm going to enjoy bringing you back on this show to document your journey in this business because I see big things from you, darling.
Well,
Um,
thank
I
you from
I
your
can't wait to
lips to the
see.
porn gods.
Yeah, because I can't wait to see what when you go to some of these exoticas. Some of the time you're gonna
Yeah.
hook up then. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's, that's the other thing is I didn't even know about Exotica until like the Miami people started posting about Miami. So I'm
Mhm.
still a baby in all this. I didn't know
Yeah.
half this stuff. So I'll plan for stuff like that. Maybe do
Hmm.
the AVN in
Yeah.
January.
Yeah. They talking about it is virtual, but I still think people are going to come out for the weekend anyway because they know a lot of people just going to
Oh,
show up for shoots or what
yep.
have you. Because I heard that they lost their contract with the hotel that they were with, so I'm curious to see where they're going to
Oh,
move the AVN after this year. They
okay.
might be moving it to LA. I doubt they move to the East Coast, which if they or they'll move to another casino on the strip that will have them, and that's if the strips will have them because a lot of these casinos are becoming more family oriented now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's
Yep.
the biggest problem that they're going to have when they come to moving it or what have you. But I'm pretty sure they're going to move it to someplace where they ain't going to have a problem, or they're going to try to keep it in Vegas. Nah, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there might be like opportunity for people who are like, oh, well, we'll do our own little private
Mm-hmm.
like gathering or content
Mm-hmm.
people, hook up in Vegas just to kind of capitalize on the AVN Awards
Yeah.
reputation anyway. So I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
I definitely need to so much more to learn. But that's, you spend your mornings working on all that, doing research
Mm-hmm.
and building your own content, and then you go to your regular job, and then you come home and you work on more content.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's
always
the that
working.
yeah, it's the story of my life. Always working.
Mhm. Yeah.
So tell everybody where they can find you, baby.
Well, right now you can find me on OnlyFans and on ManyVids. I'm getting set up on what clips, just for clips or something like that. And I actually think I'm going to start a ChatterBait
Mm.
account. And I have a friend, Phoenix, who we're thinking about doing some live stuff.
Mm. See, yeah, that was the other thing I was asking when you gonna get into the webcamming, because that's the next stage right
Shit, I do
there.
not have the time for that kind of. I don't have the privacy for that, And
Mm.
but my friend here in Arizona, like in a different city, when I come
Yeah.
down to work down here, I think
Mm.
we'll probably hook up and just start doing that, like a couple times a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should be
Because I ain't
hot.
gonna front. Because like I tell you about, you ain't. It's how you do the webcam. If you promote your show and you already
Hmm.
got a fan base, they'll show up for it. Especially if it's
Yep.
gonna be live sex, because a lot of girls work better when they have a partner to work with versus by themselves, and it shows better. So I done
Yeah.
made shows, so I know.
Hey, that's what I'm hoping for. Just making the most of every moment that I have free. And yeah, hopefully it'll pay off in the end.
And it will, darling. It will. And I hope I get the opportunity to meet you face to face, to shoot with you, and do a video podcast one day.
That'd be awesome.
And I want a hug.
I got all the hugs.
No doubt, no doubt. So, people, you know how we do this. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of experience? You didn't learn anything. Smoke this over. Thank you for coming to the lounge, baby.
Thank you for having me.
No doubt.